Hello, everyone. It is time for another episode of Bible Battles. And this is our Valentine's edition of Bible Battles.
So let's be loving and just have me do both of them.
You're going to vote them all?
Yep.
Everything? I thought we'd be loving by us. Remember when you were real little, you were just a little baby, we had a picture that we made of you where we were both kissing you from the side. I thought we'd recreate that here on this episode. What do you think?
Nope. Don't think that'll happen today.
Oh, Ethan. Yes, this is our Valentine's episode. We are in the Elite Eight. We're coming to the end of things. We've got some great books to talk about, but some really hard ones to talk about. We're doing a tournament style as we go through the books of the Bible, and we've had to say goodbye to a lot of great books, and it's just even harder now in this round. We have some wonderful books. I know this is going to be tough. Jeanette's going to want to keep them all, and so we're going to do our best with these. How's everybody feeling today?
Very good.
Feeling pretty
Where's
good.
your Valentine's shirt?
Yeah, this is so not
I'm
Valentine's
very
Day.
disappointed.
It is definitely Valentine's shirt.
Wow, that's like more St. Patrick's Day or something.
Same. This is blue.
It's kind of
Kind
greenish.
of green.
Blue.
Kind of green. All right, everybody.
It's cyan.
There you go.
It is.
I might be cyan.
So many colors in his brain. All right, so this is our Valentine's Day episode. Even if Ethan is ready for, I don't know, whatever
Christmas.
whatever holiday goes with cyan. But we've got some great books to talk about, and this is going to be tough. So we're going to jump right in, and we're going to talk about these two books. We've got the book of Acts from the New Testament, an amazing book that talks about the spread of the gospel and how so many people came to know because of the faithfulness of the apostles and what they did. And it's really about the acts of the Holy Spirit and what the Holy Spirit did with believers. And so that book is going up against
Wait a minute.
what?
I think you're like, it's Valentine's Day, it's Valentine's Day. Let's put Ruth in there so everybody votes Ruth. I think you're swaying to people's opinions.
I did not do this at all. In fact, I'm not sure that I voted Ruth to get here.
You probably didn't.
So I think it's you two that made Ruth get here. But Ruth is here, and it's going up against Acts of the Apostles. So Ruth, of course, wonderful book from the Old Testament, a love story, as Ethan pointed out, where we have Ruth, who's a foreigner, who gets included in by Boaz as a kinsman redeemer. She becomes part of the genealogy of Jesus Christ because Boaz and Ruth get together. They have a child named Obed.
Methuselah.
Obed, who is the grandfather of King David. And so that's
somehow related to Methuselah.
We'll have to check on that. Genealogies are not my number one forte. So these two books, here we go. Acts versus Ruth. What do we think, everybody?
We were first in the last episode.
I'll go first this time. I'm going to go with Acts. It tells the story of Jesus ascending back into heaven. It tells the spread of the gospel. It tells the conversion of Saul, becoming Paul, and what he does to spread the gospel everywhere. It talks about what Peter does as well. Really, it's a story about the Holy Spirit, though, and how the Holy Spirit used these people just like he can use you and me to spread the gospel. So I think Acts is just an amazing book from the New Testament. I love Ruth, but it is, just the story about them getting together and having a child who eventually becomes part of the line of David.
That's not all.
It's a wonderful story of
It's
faith.
a love story between multiple people.
Well, there's certainly
That's
faithfulness.
not always great.
Not that kind of love. Y'all are thinking about the wrong kind of love again. You did last week and now you are again.
My bad.
It's not always about spousal love.
It's true. There's love between a mother and a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. So it's a great book, but it certainly doesn't top Acts in my estimation because of everything that's included in Acts and how the blessings and faith of Jesus is spread and more people are converted to know and accept the good news. We have lots of conversions in there. The Ethiopian eunuch, the jailer, wonderful miracles happening.
It feels
gotta
like I'm
be
in.
Acts.
It feels like I'm in a court of law.
So-
I'm the jury.
So what are you going with there? You feel like Paul before? That's even in the book of Acts too. You've got Paul on trial for his faith. And he
Somebody's
stands,
really pushing.
stands strong. So Acts is a great book. I don't know how anyone could not vote it, but let's see what happens.
You looking at me
Yeah.
like it's my turn?
Yep, it's your turn.
I need a coin. I really love Ruth. If you asked me one of my favorite books of the Bible, I would answer Ruth.
You're stranded on an island.
But see, that's
Yeah.
that's where you get in trouble.
You're going to the island again.
Because I really cling to
Maybe the
Ruth.
space or something. I don't
That
know.
was. It's one that kind of our story has been blessed by, or I could use it in our love story. And about being a nurse and wanting to care for somebody, and Ruth went along to care for her mother-in-law. So I've always loved that. But you get to Acts of the Apostles, and there's just so much in there.
There is.
You can read and read and read and read and wait a while and read again, and you pick up something new out of that every single time. So I don't think I'd get bored with Acts on the island, but I really love Ruth as a love story. I'm gonna go with Acts.
Ooh, she's picking Acts today.
Ask me in 5 minutes, I'll change my mind. Hurry up and vote, Ethan. Let's
Ethan?
go.
What you vote?
You know what? I'm thinking I will just wait a little bit longer.
No, I might flip a coin. Might change my mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Axe.
Ethan's going Acts too. Okay, so we got all three.
I did not think that Axe was gonna be a Final Four.
I thought it could, but I thought the love story on
not.
Valentine's Day might tip it over. But we're moving on until before somebody changes
You
their
know what,
mind. Acts is
Never
through
mind.
into the Final Four, and now it gets still hard. That was a tough one. This is a tough one. What do we have going now? We've got Daniel. Daniel, an amazing book from the Old Testament, wonderful book of stories that we've heard about. The lion's den, the fiery furnace, the statue dream, and tons of prophecy as well. And all of that coming up against a gospel. And I know you're thinking, well, gospels, they will surely get voted through. Not so much with this crew. We've already lost 2 gospels. Matthew and Mark are done. We've only got Luke and John that are still hanging on by a thread. So let's see if we can get a gospel into the Final Four in this round. I don't know if it'll be, because I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with this one. Daniel, I love.
Are you going to
versus
get
Luke?
Are you going to get dismembered?
It's possible. It's possible. Luke is a fascinating book. Daniel is as well. Both loved in our church. What are we voting? Who wants to go first on this one?
I don't.
Of course, Luke is a story about Jesus, the resurrection, the crucifixion, and Luke includes stories in there that we wouldn't have in the Bible without him. We've got the thief on the cross story.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the Good Samaritan, if I remember right. We've got the
About Mary and her sacrifice of the perfume. Is that in Luke, or is that in one of the other ones as well?
It's mentioned in several, not always naming her as Mary, but it's
As the lady.
It's in there. But you've got the parables of the lost coin, the lost
Yeah,
sheep,
it has a lot of parables.
the prodigal son. So I love the Gospel of Luke, but Daniel, I don't know. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, again, it comes down to really known children's stories.
Mm-hmm.
You always learn about the fiery furnace and
Well, more than that, it also has all the prophecies and stuff in there, which
I know the prophecies.
feels like our religion is really just based off of.
Well, we
Not
springboard
completely.
off of it, and
Yeah.
But it's a pretty big part of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you got those children's
You
stories.
can tell we don't know what to do.
prophecies. You got those children's stories and prophecies versus Jesus, pretty much, and
The
all
fulf-
the stories and parables.
The
The
fulfillment,
filling
the fulfillment of prophecy.
Of prophecy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Luke. Luke. Dr. Luke.
Luke.
You would think a
Maybe.
medical person would go with the good doctor.
I'm going with the doctor.
Okay. Ethan?
Luke.
All right, so it's not so hard for me.
yeah,
really,
no, we just did it for you.
I really sit
We
here and I
just
don't even
did
know.
for you.
Because I think I'm going to vote Daniel. And here's why, even though I've given these guys tons
Yeah.
of grief about not
Your
voting
your
the
reasons
Gospels.
for Daniel is probably pretty valid.
They're just solid. That was one of the books that I studied that helped me become a Christian, switch from being a rock and roll DJ to having faith in God. And Daniel was the book that after I did a series on years ago, my grandfather said that was now his favorite book in the Bible. And I thought, wow, how amazing is that? And he watched those series and he showed them to other people. It was just, so I have to vote Daniel, though I'm not disappointed that Luke is going through.
I could have voted for any of these.
I could have been disappointed. I still don't know.
What did I choose again?
I know. I'm like, what was it up against?
So what's fascinating here in the Final Four is Luke is going up against himself. We have Acts, which was written by Luke, going up against Luke. We'll see which one wins.
Yeah. And then the next round, John and John?
Yes, we have John going up against Revelation, which many believe that Revelation was written by John while he was on the island of Patmos. So we've got that to discover and talk about next time. And the other one is Esther going up against
Jonah.
No, not Jonah. Going up against Hebrews.
Should have been Esther and Ruth.
They didn't get to come head to
They
head.
would have to be the final two, which I don't think is a very probable chance.
Well, I
Just the
could
way
make
they're
it that way.
arranged.
Probably could, but I doubt it.
Stay tuned for Jeanette's Bible battles all by herself, so that Ruth and Esther come up at the end.
Do you want to see like a 5-hour debate?
With myself.
Is that, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go there. Oh, you know.
So
We won't force you to watch that.
So we made it through another round. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think? Go ahead and leave a comment if you'd like. Share this video with your friends. But keep reading the books of the Bible. Keep finding those wonderful truths in there that point us to a God who loves us. That's really the love story of the Bible. It's God in us. He wants to be with us, so much so that he came and died for us. That's the beautiful story. We're going to continue these battles until we get to the number one. What's it going to be? Stay tuned. We'll be back again to discuss some wonderful books. Thanks again for watching. Hit the like button, and we'll talk to you soon. Stay safe, everybody.
I gotcha.